Well, hello dolls and welcome back to my channel. Today I am showing you a new baby that has just arrived in the nursery, and she's an absolutely beautiful baby, and she's part of my new exciting line of Simply Baby. Now, I do want to say a small disclaimer here because Tessa is easily a baby that is a $1,200 to $1,800 price tag in my nursery on any normal day of the week. But I'm keeping her in the line as one of the first babies because I had said I would. And even though she's now a sold out sculpt, which with Bountiful babies, sometimes they discontinue sculpts, other times they are just sold out and don't come back in for a few months, or it could be even longer. But anyways, I wanted to share her and some of her really unique details because she is a modified baby, something that I've custom changed on her. Actually, there's a couple of changes and a few really neat features to this baby I'm going to share. So one of the things that I want to show you is Tessa's beautiful face and some of her details. So she's very, very detailed. Excuse my lighting, it is overcast out. And I don't have a microphone, so I hope my sound is coming across okay. I am new with YouTube, so please bear with me. But I want to show you some of the fantastic details of this sculpt. She is incredible. So this is a REBORN. For those who are not familiar with a REBORN versus a REBORN, in the end, they're the same thing as far as a vinyl kit that we're turning into a baby. But the REBORNs are sculpted by a scan system on a computer, and they are actually almost like a life cast of a real baby. So they lay the baby out on a table, they scan it, and the computer creates a model, a three-dimensional model, and then it's produced into a kit. And Bountiful goes in and makes a few little adjustments here and there. That said, this Tessa, she's an incredible baby. I have not measured her yet, but I'm guessing she's probably about 21 inches long. I've put her on a custom body. I always felt that Tessa's body was a little bit too small for her. And even though her upper thighs are a little shorter, they are curled in. And I did do a little bit of custom work on her limbs. I did curl up one leg a little bit more here. So she does snuggle in a little bit differently from most of the original kits. And on her face, I made a major adjustment, and I'm just curious if you can see what that is. And I'll show you. Just turn her head here. So I re-sculpted out Tessa a very full upper and bottom lip. I felt that her face needed a little bit more balance, and this really changed her. Not only did it make her look more realistic, it actually made her look way more beautiful. So I really loved the effect. That took 2 days alone just for me to create that mouth. It is permanent. It is not made with clay. It is part of the vinyl. Now, a couple other features. She has really delicate rooted lashes, a lot of details, undertones, veinings, capillaries. Again, guys, this is easily an $1,800 baby in my nursery that is going in my Simply Baby line. And those babies are all $1,200 and under, from about $4.99 and up. Now, I've spent more than 40 hours on Tessa, so obviously she is not a $499 baby. But I am going to be trying to put a range of more simpler babies than her out, so that if you're seeking a certain kit, you can still find that kit. If you only have a limited amount of budget and you still want a nicely painted doll. Or you can head more into the higher detailed ends where you're going to get a baby worth a lot more money, but there's going to be less of these ones out there. The other thing I want to show you is her beautiful painted hair. Very detailed. Took many, many hours to do. And she's got very softly painted eyebrows to match. Now, one other feature about these babies is she's on a custom body, which that may not be the case with a lot of them going forward because I have to save cost as well if I'm going to pass it on. But this baby does have a custom body, and she has something very unique about her filling and weighting. So inside this baby, she's very flexible. I've understuffed her so that she is still firm and chubby, but she can move well and she can scrunch up. I have found that Tessa's limbs, she's full arms and full legs, and the shoulder and the arm ratio can look really broad on this baby sometimes. So I tried to very carefully weight her so that she has just that right balance of movement and her arms can be squished in. And she is weighted inside with a very special gel memory foam. What that foam does is it's a firm feel, and when you press on it, it compresses and then it pops back out. So it's really a unique product on the babies. And something I have played around with in the past on some of the higher end babies. And I will continue to, I think, use it going forward because I've gotten some really good feedback from using this product from people that have had it in their babies. Anyways, guys, that's about it for today. I just wanted to share this absolutely beautiful baby. In the future, if you do see me working on a Simply REBORN baby, you can message me. If you want to reserve the baby before it goes up for sale, you can. I may not hold the baby in particular, but as soon as it goes up, I will let you know. And then you can purchase the baby on reborns.com, where I'm taking all of my sales for peace of mind, not only for me to know who I'm selling to because there's feedback there, but also for my buyers, so that you can see that you are buying from a legitimate doll artist who has feedback and an established presence on the site. I have had an account on there for 7 years. I don't use it a lot, but with everything happening on social media, I am trying to move more of the dolls over there. So I don't know how many of the high-end babies I'll have there in my range over $2,000. A lot of those are pre-spoken for, but I will be moving some of the Simply Baby and the higher end of Simply Baby over there too. And like I said, guys, don't let the price fool you. A baby like this sitting around $850, $875 to $1,200. This is still easily a $1,200 to $1,800 baby any day of the week. Before I go, I want to show you a little bit of Tessa's movement so you can see how perfectly stuffed she is and how well she moves. If I can do that by holding my camera with one hand, I'm going to try here. So I don't have a tripod or anything, but I'm going to just show you a little bit of her movement. And something I want to show you guys is never ever take your baby's face by the cheeks and squeeze it to turn their head. Always come in holding from the back of the head if you are going to turn them. I try to understuff them so you don't have to turn the baby on the flange. But if you were going to, what you want to do is actually come in and hold from the base of the top of the ear to the other ear, and that's how you want to turn a baby's head, is by the ears. But with Tessa, she doesn't really need that because she's very, very floppy, and you can see that her arms, they squish in very nicely, and same with her legs. And with my babies, if the stuffing ever starts to settle, you just squeeze from the lower area up, and even with the memory foam. And you want, with your babies, for more realism, you want them to be more narrow down here in the hips, and same within the shoulders, and almost to be like a lemony shaped in the body, which gives them that fat little tummy, and it helps not have such broad looking football shoulders. Which for me, if the baby, it can be as beautiful as can be, but if that body and that pose are not right, something will really be off to the viewers, and that baby will just not be as convincing. Thank you very much for tuning in, and stay tuned, and I'm going to have more coming, including me setting up some stuff in my nursery. I'll be doing a tour of that as soon as I have everything that I need